that. Let's see. I guess we're live. All right. Well, this is the first test stream of 2025. Already bombed one of them, but all good. Um, yeah, just planning to do some OSS work and hang out. So, I guess we'll share the link. We got to put things out on all the platforms these days. So, let's do the posts, all the post things, and then we'll get to it. We're going in on YouTube these days, so that's where the streams will be for the foreseeable future. I could stream on X2, but I'm only on YouTube right now, so we'll roll with that. Thanks for anyone who's hanging out in the chat. Feel free to drop a message. And yeah, yeah. The main thing I at least wanted to start. You know what? Um, Streaming forces you to focus, even though you can't focus on stream. Well, I can't focus on stream yet, but um, at least one thing that I wanted to start was trying to get the update some of the tooling in the NgRx repo. It's gotten a little stale over time, so um, want to get some of that up to date. We're still on like Yarn 1.x. PNPM is taking over and everything. We're still using NX, of course, and that sort of thing. So hopefully it won't be too much to upgrade some of the tooling to be able to use PNPM just because it's faster and lets you do more things. It's more flexible, I think. When we started using Yarn, it was like the hot tool at the time. So as opposed to NPM. So then, like I said, PNPM has come out and seems to be the tool of choice these days. I'm using PNPM in the analog repo already. So having some consistency there helps also. Michael Moore, hey, what's up? Tiyamba, welcome back. Good to see you all. Let's see, where do we want to start? I guess we can start with this. May be easy, maybe not easy. Um, but I guess we can start with creating a new lock file at least. Oh, nice. Uh, this project is configured with Result spec the name because has a package manager field. Project is configured to use yarn, of course. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Engines, yarn, please use yarn instead of npm to install dependencies. Let's see what is the version of pnpm. It won't let me run that either. Okay. Let's see if I can run pnpm version somewhere else. Column, hey, what's up? Where are the new features on? Just kidding. Where are the new features on RS Pack, RS Build, all the things? You've been posting a lot of stuff lately, so I've been looking out for it to see what's new. 9.10.0. Okay. So if I change this to PNPM, please use PNPM to install dependencies. I guess I need to switch these two. 9 greater than equal 9 point. What did I say? 9.10.0. At least I guess we can just use 9. This project is configured to use yarn. Oh, there's somewhere else probably that I'm missing here. Yarn package manager. Package. No. No version. Just published to doc site. Built using RS Build plugin. Deployed via Docker for SSR with Express. Oh man, nice. What did you use to build the doc site with? Just by chance. Let's see. I had a okay, there we go. There's a yarn.lock. Oh, okay. I have to actually remove the yarn.lock to be able to do anything else. PNPM. No. Is this probably because of the core pack thing? Yeah, probably so. Core. I just enabled core pack yesterday, so I'm not sure what it's doing in the background. PNPM not found. Okay, that's new. No version. Okay. npm install g pnpm. Okay, there we go. All right. Angular. Hey Cole, what's up? I don't want to butcher your um first name there, so how's it going? Column, drop the link if you published a link somewhere. Wouldn't mind taking a look if it's ready to be shared yet, that is. Okay, so we got a PNPM lock file. Ray Day. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Why is OBS not keeping my chat? Interesting. OBS, I tried the new sign into YouTube. Well, I guess maybe it's not new, but I did the sign into YouTube feature on OBS, and it gives me a little chat window here to the side, but it doesn't. It hides the chat window when I click on my VS Code, so which kind of defeated the purpose of me trying to keep it there so I could see the chat. Maybe if I just inline it in OBS, that will work better. That seems to work better. Used Angular to build doc site, but it's all custom code and not using something smart like markdown rendering or pre-rendering, but it was intentional to test different aspects of Angular compilation. Yeah, that's fair. If you're gonna use something that builds Angular apps, you need to make sure that all the at least it helps you. I did the same thing with early and analog too. I put an app in there that instead of writing a bunch of tests and things, I put an app in there that had a bunch of different scenarios in it, and then I could build and see what was working and what wasn't. And if the like I said, even the output matched, um, if the output matched what was in Angular, an Angular build, like if the file outputs match file sizes and things like that. So it did help me uncover some things early on that I wouldn't have like uncovered through necessarily through testing. So or writing like unit tests. So I think that's smart. Plus, I deployed that app, and then you could see what the build output was and everything. And early on, I had like a side by side targets with just the regular Angular builder, um, and then the analog builder just to make sure that they were at least close to what was expected out of the box anyway. So okay, where are we? Let's nuke some of this previously cached stuff. Angular directory, dist, temp directory. I'm pretty sure that's created by NX though, but let's see what's in node modules. I guess all that stuff is pretty straightforward. Let's NX serve example app. Generating browser application. Yeah, it's been a while since I actually touched a lot of this. So, but we should be on, man, we're still on the browser builder. Wow. The good thing is you can pretty quickly um tidy some of that up. So the problem is that the outputs are different for sure, but chunk splitting strategy and how RSpec bundles in general. Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a difference. Even with V, there's a difference how they output chunks and everything. Well, they give you a little more control over it, but um RSpec versus ES or Angular's custom ES build solution, I'm sure you're gonna have some differences. Stefan, hey, what's up? Uh, do you think we could get analog into Angular core by rewriting the Angular router like with Remix, a la React Router v7? Man, good question. Uh, I'll give you the short answer and then I'll go into it some more. Uh, the the short answer is no. I don't think we're gonna get analog into, well, depends on which part of analog you're looking for. Maybe let's start there. But no, I don't think that analog is gonna make its way into Angular core. Um, React Router v7 merge was awful. I'm still a little confused on what Remix is versus what React Router v7 is. If React Router v7 has everything Remix has, and they probably explain it more in the docs. I just haven't looked into it more. But um, to answer the question, I don't think that analog is going to make its way into Angular core unless not analog itself. I'll start there. I think that the some of the ideas and maybe strategy of analog could make its way into analog or into Angular, um, in the terms of being able to deploy Angular apps wherever, being able to server side render Angular apps wherever, uh, and the maybe even some API functionality. Maybe some of that stuff would get built into Angular. But are they going to take analog and build it into and like merge it into Angular? No, that's not going to happen. I think they will use some of the ideas that have maybe become successful in analog and build some version of those things in Angular. So, uh, and then I don't know what happens to analog at that point if it becomes maybe just a shell of a few features on top of Angular. But I can see it though. Like the biggest thing is like file-based routing. Like you can use analog's file-based routing in an Angular app. It's just a lot more manual today. Um, and I do have a blog post that's coming up soon showing you how to do that. So, and you could like automate the other part of it where you're like watching for files and like rebuilding the file that Angular needs to do the file-based routing. So it's doable. And we could even do a builder. We could even make a custom builder to do all that stuff for you. But um, it's just a matter of, is that something that people want? Do people just want the application builder with like analog stuff sprinkled on top of it? Or do they want like a more vanilla Vite solution, which is kind of what it is today? Because we could do something built on top of the application builder, but we kind of have the same constraints that we've always had with builders and trying to build on top of what the tooling team is doing, just because they have their own priorities and things. So, and we can't ask them to like change their stuff necessarily to change their stuff to fit ours. So, the automatic type generation in the router is so cool in React Router v7. I would love to have that in Angular and ditch route fetchers with client loader and server loader. Yeah, I haven't. Let's see. We're gonna derail, which is fine. I don't know. Is it reactrouter.com? I guess it is. V7. I didn't know I saw something like that, but I know they split the loaders into server and client loaders. Where are those? Fetchers. Come upgrading from V6. All that stuff. Data loading. Okay, cool. Uh, Data is provided to the route component from loader and client loader. Client loader is used to fetch data on the client. This is used for pages or full projects you want to fetch from the browser only. Okay. Client loader, loader data. How is, okay, cool. I kind of see how that works. Um, but it is, okay, still just coming in through props. Let's see. Oh, Gervasio, thanks for thanks for coming through. Jeffrey too. Hey, what's up? Server data loading. When server rendering, loader is used for both initial page and client navigations. Client navigation is called loader through automatic through fetch from browser to yours. By React router from the browser to your server. Interesting. Okay. So how does this loader function is removed from client bundle so you can use server only APIs? So how do you denote the difference between a client loader? Okay, it's client loader versus just loader. Oh, okay. Let's see. Static data loading, pre-rendering. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know they had these different mechanisms in React Router v7. I have not tried it personally, but looks interesting. My bet is Angular poaches something like the analog SFC first. Uh, I'll give you a hot take. I don't think so. Um, I think that Angular will stick around with classes for the foreseeable future, and I think they'll continue to make authoring with classes and a little bit of decorators as ergonomic as possible. So, um, But yeah, like I said, you got Remix or React Router v7. I'm assuming it's still driven by Vite. You can view the template on GitHub. Let's look at that. Yeah, vconfig, React Router dev Vite. Okay, so there's a React Router plugin for Vite. And then you got app routes. That's pretty standard stuff. Then you got a routes file. And you define these routes to do the route config. Index routes. Because that's still how they get that. They still be able to use that by doing all the type gen. Oh, that's probably what the plugin does. The plugin does some type gen that you can use for the type safety part. I get it. Yeah, what okay. We've looked at React Router, so let's take a look at remix.run. So what does remix.run do now? Latest version of Remix is now React Router v7. If you want to use the latest framework features, you should use the React Router docs. Okay. Getting started, quick start, Remix run. I see. Okay. What about the people see React Router as just SPA router? They get prompted if they want to add routing with React Router. That is based on your route config. File-based routing is optional. I see. File-based routing is optional in analog too. Just for the record. Um, it is optional there also. Let's see. Let's update. Well, we're already on. Already on 19. We are. Okay, so NX migrate latest. We'll upgrade NX and see if this doesn't tank my connection here too much. Maybe it'll generate some migrations for Angular 2 to get us to the application builder and stuff. Because we're running a pretty standard setup here with the example app. NgRx site is still custom, but I don't see why I couldn't use the application builder also. And of course, standalone app. Nothing special in those really. A live NX migrate. Yeah, it's gonna be more Vite plugin Angular. Oh, I was like, why is Vite plugin Angular in here? But okay, let's check the migrations. Update TypeScript ESLint packages. Update ESLint flat. Add git ignore for vtest config files. Temporary vtest config files. I wonder if those are those timestamp files. Upgrade Angular CLI. What I'm mainly looking for is if it includes the Angular migrations in here. Probably not because we bumped those packages manually to do like upgrade everything to standalone and all that. Because I think the example app is still modules. But I've been through this. Oops, I guess I should have run pnpm first. Run pnpm to see. Look, if pnpm makes installing things on stream any easier first, then I'll this whole exercise would have been worth it. Select successfully finish running migrations. Okay, that's just ESLint. Are you still Working with Angular in your job, or is Angular just a side quest? Good question. I am. I'll share the news here since we're on stream. It's only a few of you. I start a new gig soon, and I'll be back primarily on Angular work, so it won't be as much of a side quest anymore. So there you go. I think I already did this, but I'll do it again just to be sure. Lock file is up to date. Thanks. Um, can I run the? Yeah, I'm excited to be getting back to using using what I've building most of the time at work. So uh, looking forward to that. Francisco says, I've seen many people post saying NgRx store, uh, the Redux implementation will be totally replaced by NgRx Signal Store. What do you think? Hey, thanks, Michael. Um, do I think NgRx Signal Store will replace NgRx Global Store? No, I do not. I think they still serve very different purposes and will continue to do so. I think that I think that eventually there may be more people that choose Signal Store from the beginning. Um, but we're not trying to replace the global store with a version of Signal Store. There is an RFC that we have open. Is it an issue or an RFC? We're kind of back and forth with the RFCs, but adding events plug into indirect signals so that if you wanted to do something like events with indirect signals library, there's an RFC out to do that, but this doesn't change where NgRx Global Store sits in the ecosystem today. So hopefully that answers your question. We're not gonna replace store with Signal Store and then try to get people to migrate. I think for NgRx Signals is the recommendation for a local state today, and then if you want to use it for a global state, or if you want to use it at the root level, you can also, but it's not a replacement for NgRx Global Store. Cool. So you can clip that. You heard it. You heard it directly. Well, I'm not the only one that said it, but um, yes. Preemptor question you can pass from and to flags from NX Migrate to pick up migrations. Oh, okay, cool. That's exactly what I was looking for. NX Migrate from 18 to 19. I guess I can do this in an Angular core. Oops, maybe I hit the wrong thing. NX core migrate from. Oh, okay. Wait. From dash from equals. It'll use NX package version. Oh, okay. So I can't use this for like regular. Um. Okay. So if I did something like this, but this won't pick up Angular packages though, will it? I should have committed what I've done so far. Um. PM. No, not NX 19 to 20.3. I was trying to see if I could pick up the Angular migrations and rerun those. But that probably isn't what I was after though. Slide this over just a bit. Question. Did you get as much backlash for the functional NgRx signal store APIs as the Angular team for their thoughts on SFCs? Actually, we didn't. Which is interesting question. Um, hey Nick, what's up? We did not get as much backlash for NgRx functional APIs as I did for classes, authoring components without classes. Definitely not. And I think the reason why is because uh, that doesn't fundamentally change how Angular works. I think migrating from class-based components to uh, Angular, NX Angular package usually duplicates the Angular CLI migrations. Okay. Let's see if I'm gonna try this real quick while I'm thinking about it. NX workspace to NX React 901 NX Angular from to okay, what error is this telling me? Command failed. Okay. If you do like force ng update, let's try it. Well, I'm already on 19 though. I'll just try. What I was trying to do was, okay, I'm going to do this first. Because I'll be committing the cardinal sin of not, um, build switch from yarn to pnpm and update to NX 20.3. Okay, let's do that part first. Um, but no, the SFCs that we presented or that I proposed for components was got tons more feedback than what we did with NgRx Signal Store Signal APIs. Uh, I think that because the Signal Store is closer to where Angular's going, that we already know as far as functional APIs, that's why it was more well received um than the SFCs. So, uh, question: which features are the first ones changing from experimental dev preview to stable? Any hints that we could expect from Angular 20? I don't know, but there is a site called angular.courses slash can I use, built with analog. Got to throw that out there. And um, Jerome actually built this site that you can actually go and see what things are in develop, what things are experimental, what things are in developer preview, what things have gone stable in version 19. Um, and actually see which version those features were introduced in, which I think is super helpful. We don't actually know when these things become stable, because the Angular team decides when they're going to promote APIs to stable yet. Like, where's effect? Is effect on here? Signal effect. Yeah. So it was introduced in V16, and it's still in developer preview. Hasn't reached stable yet. After render effect is experimental. Interesting. Um, but yeah, you can use this site to check that out. There you go. Nick said, even though I don't really do much Angular, big fan of SFCs and analog. Hey, much appreciated. All right, where were we? Okay, I've gotten all the migrations out of the way. Let's do a build. Or really just want to build some packages. NX build. This hopefully this part um everything builds correctly from here. Oh, okay. Uh Engine yarn is incompatible with this module. PNPM seems to be invalid. Oh, I'll probably have some yarn stuff in. There we go. Yarn build. Do I have a package manager in here? Yarn, nope. Jan Martin, shiny page. Didn't know about that one. Oh yes, it's very, very shiny. Jerome does good work. Um, the things. Oh, maybe I found a bug. Oh, it is a bug. Oh, nice. Hey, thanks, Column. Thanks for coming through. Okay, so if I type this, X clears the box, but doesn't clear the doesn't refresh. But that does. Cool. Let's see. No version. That part is fine. Oh, okay. I see. Modules. Yeah, I probably got some yarn stuff left over in here. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna do some find and replace. Modules slash dot project dot JSON. I can at least no files to exclude. No. Yarn. Oh, there we go. Yarn TSC. PNPM run. Place all of those. It's probably PNPM exec instead. PNPM exec. Okay. NX build store. Having a hard time building Material 3 layouts with Angular material. Are there any references or implementations you know that can help a noob in web dev? My background is in backend dev. Yes, using store globally, signal store locally really helped get rid of a bunch of dumb app state from the store. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the sweet spot. If you have some stuff that you know should be shared globally and you don't want to do this whole services everywhere thing, you can use a store for that part, and then local state is like a given with Signal Store. So, but to answer your question about Material 3 layouts, um, whoops, material. There are, yeah, got it. As far as layouts go, some of that is you have to build that yourself. They have some things that can generate some stock layouts for you, like dashboards and things like that. But um, with Material 3 layouts, they're giving you a set of tools. There is a YouTube, I think there's a YouTube channel that I follow. Um, YouTube, we'll do incognito so I don't show you all my subscriptions and things. Angular material. There's a person, I'm not sure if he's a GD or not, but he does a lot of Angular videos. There he is. Um, Zoeb Khan. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name too much. Um,
So customizing Angular Material 3 components with just for
dismiss. There we go. Let's go to his channel. You can see he has a lot of Angular material videos. So if that was be a channel that I could recommend for learning more about how Angular material works and how you can customize it, I would check out that channel. I think he actually built like a customizable dashboard. Oh, this may be what you're looking for. Customizable dashboard with Material 3. Um, and kind of shows all the steps that he went through on that. So check out that channel if you're looking for more YouTube content on Angular material, because it's one that I see come up pretty frequently. Okay, so we got store to build. Let's build something that builds or that relies on other things like effects. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, there's we're trying to get more material out there for people who want to build with Angular, even like YouTube content and stuff. So yeah, definitely check out that channel. You gotta follow the people. Hey Kevin, what's up? No longer streaming on Twitch. I'm in between. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel some this year, so I'm just directly streaming on YouTube today. So we'll see how it goes. But if the people want multi-streaming, then I'll look at that too. But I think I get more participation actually on YouTube than I do on Twitch. So, um, but like I said, it depends on if more people show up in more places. So we'll see. But I hope you're doing good. I saw you streaming early. You already stream like it seemed like you're streaming every day. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I did see that you've been streaming more at least at the beginning of the year. So um, I actually just fired up the stream today because I got kind of sniped into doing it. So okay, so those projects are. Let's just do a blanket search for yarn. Modules. Oh, contributing docs. There's that too. Prettier ignore. Docker file. Still have some things to update there. Config.yaml. I got lots of 3,000. This has to be okay. That's a lot of stuff there. File map. Okay, let's exclude .nx. Okay, that wasn't a whole lot. Where's all this other stuff coming from? README, resolved. It's lock files. Okay, 308. We'll exclude NgRx.io also. Okay, so we're practically down to um, CI files and YAML files, which exclude that one also. YAML. Have some motivation wave, but that won't be consistent. Yeah, that's how I am. I was like, I'm gonna stream. I'm not gonna commit to certain days or certain times. Um, but I am going to try to stream more. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna try to stream more this year. Cause usually what happens is this is a trap I fall into. I say I'm gonna stream on Tuesdays at this time. Uh and I'm going to be consistent with that. And then what happens is uh, you're trying to finish something, or you're busy at work, and streaming is always the first to go. So I don't want to know if I want to be that heavy handed with let's see, yarn space. That one may work a little better. PM exec. Package JSON, contributing docs, config.yaml. Yeah, so still got some yarn cache key. Yep. This should be a pnpm log file for YAML. What is it? pnpm dash lock.yaml. I don't even know if I need to even use that cache key anymore. It's been such a long time since we've updated this. Schedule makes sense, feels like a job and not like a hobby. Yes, that is also true. You want it to be fun. Like, that's why I don't um it's also why I kind of freeform when I'm streaming, because I want it to be like casual and cache paths. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do with that one. Yeah, I want it to be casual and not feel like I'm showing up to do a job or something. pnpm install. Because like today, I was just like, I'm gonna show up and do some. I'm gonna stream and do some OSS work on stream. So I think that's kind of the sweet spot, because I do have to drop here in pnpm run. I see. That's where I messed up with the blanket uh search. pnpm exec space. Anywhere I got two spaces, I have to change it back to one. Not bad though. I think there's a lot of value in people seeing how we struggle and the thought process to figure out a solution. Yeah. Um, the the part this is the part where I would stream a lot more if I didn't have to like talk. Cause usually I'm going over these things in my brain when I'm like working on analog or something like that. Like I'm thinking of solutions as I go, but I'm just not talking about them out loud. And but when you're on stream, unless people are like listening to your keyboard or listening to like your music or whatever, um, you kind of have to be in a mindset of talking while you type. And usually when I'm down trying to figure something out, I'm very introspective in that way. So, but shout out to the people who can uh, stream and think and talk at the same time. Okay, let's see. Let's do a PMPM test. Well, hopefully these things all just run like they were supposed, like they normally would. Um, I do have, like I said, I do have to drop here in a few minutes, but I successfully hit the button to start the stream, and some people showed up and we got to chat. So I'll call that a win. I'm gonna see. I said I wasn't gonna do this. I'm gonna try to stream on next Monday. Um, maybe around the same time, but we'll see. I'm gonna try. pnpm run docker pnpm install. We're gonna do some quick regex here to see if I have anywhere that just starts and stops with yarn. Okay, I'm running out of stuff to replace, so that may be good. Workflows. Go buy some milk before the npm store path. pnpm store path will give you the path of pnpm's cache. Okay, thanks, Mike. Oops. Okay, I ran it in a separate terminal so that it doesn't, dox me for some reason. And yes, we've got milk and stuff already because the snow is on the way. And as Mike knows, once the snow hits, Alabama tends to shut down. So we are getting ready for that. Okay, I see some tests running successfully, so I'm going to call that a win. And pnpm exec install. That's not what I want to do. Any more of those? Okay. Okay, we're gonna leave that one as it is. Hey Jeffrey, thanks for coming through. Um, Yarn pnpm still using npm. I actually, when I'm just spinning up projects, I use npm too. I use npm also. Is I guess it's just more for like actual project work. I try to use pnpm because it's fast and everything, but just muscle memory, I use npm for most things. So I don't see it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to save these things. So I'll replace your commands with pnpm exec. And I think that's a good place to call it here. This was going to be a quick stream. So thanks to everyone who came through. Um, oh yeah, quickly. Yeah, I have tried Bun also. Bun is super fast. But I don't want to get sniped by package managers. But I like Bun a lot. You can actually, I'll drop this in here and then I'm going to drop for real. You can create with analog. You can create a single file executable from that you can run with Bun. So that's pretty cool. So you can build your whole server, have it all in a single package, and then convert it to a binary. So it doesn't have any file reads or anything like that. But yeah, I think that one is a good stopping point. Probably drop that in a tweet or something, maybe a little clip, and show people how to do that. So because that's running in production for someone that I did that for, which is pretty cool. But with that, I will see you all in the next one.